All right, we're up against Dolmont. Um, you should know a couple things about our game strategy here. I think we go for the Typhoon. This is better than the Rhino, at least. We're like the Fire Master. He's got the Fire Badger. Okay, that's interesting. I think he's probably gonna sell out of it. Doubt he's gonna just leave the Fire Badger. So wouldn't mind getting free fire. We go for what? Crawlers here? Void Eyes? Probably just crawlers. You argue Void Eyes are actually pretty good, but we need Chaff Clear, or what do we need here? Yeah, we need stuff. We need Chaff and Chaff Clear, but then problem is our Chaff burns, right? The crawlers burn, but no, I don't know if that's a huge problem initially. Yeah, so it's for sure going to be boats if we can get to that point in the game. I'd be shocked if he does anything else than boats, because I don't think it would be really a great play. Um, it's been a while since we played with him, and I don't think I don't think he's ever gone boats. So boats are the situation where we are losing. I think we lose the most against boats. Put it that way. If the opponent goes for anything else, we rarely lose. So the boats is the great equalizer. Um, you know, probably should go for a cheese here. We need to go for the Phantom Ray instead to just level up his tower. That being said, do we go for the cheese? Do we go, and I don't know. It's a big question here. Cheese might be good, and then we start setting up for the Phoenixes, or what? Well, we could go for one Phoenix. If we go for this, it's 350. 250 for a Phoenix, and we could do 100 for, we could put like a chaff here or something. So we could play this pretty sneaky here. This is as sneaky as it gets. And we can go for a single Phoenix. Wonder if these guys need to be all in the same area. I think I like this. Although, what if he just puts a crawler here, right? Okay, he puts nothing. But we're also our own tower is also getting cheesed. Think we get to his tower a little bit faster though? Yep. Does it make a difference? I don't think so. I think he's just going to get our tower pretty much immediately. So his debuff is probably worse. That being said, we're going to get another tower pretty soon. Problem is our Phoenix is still going to be alive here. This is like tower debuff wars here. Huh. That was interesting. Okay. Probably wasn't expecting that. Now, what about the Phantom Race, right? Hounds is going to be really good. I think we. Is this the game where we don't play any Phantom Rays? I don't think so. I think we have to go for air units. Maybe it's but the problem is that for the Fort AA, you kind of need Phantom Rays. So that's the problem. Hounds are interesting here, just to act as some chaff. but do we really go for that? 400, 350, 400, but you know, wouldn't mind just continuing to go for this cheese strategy here. Wouldn't mind actually. So we'll go for the Phantom Race finally here. We have to live up to our name, otherwise we're just scamming. And we'll go for the oil right away. I don't know how far behind we put the oil, but it should be probably be like this. All right. Mass tanks. Probably it's time for the cells out of the fire. Obviously, he doesn't want to see any fire. I don't blame him. We're going heavy on the flanks. This is like Ray 2.0, Apricot 3.0 here. This is like it's almost like, is this Rat or is this Ray? Because some of these plays are we don't do these kind of plays because they're generally pretty stupid, but it's actually working. But I do think we need to start we have to start like backing off here. We need to start selling off of here. You know, this isn't going to work forever. Mobilized battleship, imagine if we did that right here. How crazy would that be? I think it's too crazy. I really think it's way too crazy. We get the Typhoon. Looks like he's got the front line for the sledges. We don't have anything to deal with that. I actually think we just go for this, actually. We're gonna go completely nuts. And we'll even, like, I don't know. I mean, this is not great, but I mean, maybe we need it here. Okay, so we'll keep this, I guess, like here. Nothing to set the thing on fire, but we don't want to set them on fire exactly because, you know, I think I want more phoenixes. I want wasps and phoenixes. Be a single wasp. And I think I want a beacon. Okay. There's his first boat. Keep in mind, we only build 2 Phantom Rays. It's... Okay. This is going to be pretty bad, though. And setting him on fire isn't going to accomplish too much. We actually get the tower. Is that from the... That's actually from the Rhino. Okay. So this is a kind of game that we've never actually played before. We're playing against... This is kind of like playing someone that we know has a better strategy. And we're just like trying to win based on cheese. And, you know, maybe it's not fire cheese, but it's just cheese, right? The nuke is interesting. The nuke is very interesting, but I think we just go nuke and then like I think we just like try to we just try to nuke him here. Maybe get a missile. Still want to do the beacon. Actually, wait a second. We need to sell out of this. This isn't gonna work anymore, I think. You gotta know when to like stop. I think we just nuke them so we can win a round. Like we'll just do this. And I think we just need more phoenixes. Another wasp is probably okay. I think we need to nuke this guy here, though. Is he going to go out of this bubble, though? That's the problem. That's what we don't want, so we probably want to do this. Alright, he goes for the same cheese. Please, please. Please, please, please. Yes. And now we'll try to win the game with the War Factory, but it's not ideal here. At least we didn't borrow. But he knows we're weak to the boats. And especially with the tanks in front, there's nothing that can beat the boat and tank, in my opinion. We'll get the fire, for sure we get the fire. Sell out of this. Go for a single factory, I think. Level 2. Or no. Not with the armor, but we need the armor. But can we even survive another round? Is the problem. Right? So we'll sell out for sure. We need the fire regardless. And I think we just start concentrating on this side. I guess we go for like AA spec and stuff like that. But we also need phoenixes, right? We need charge shot on the phoenixes, I think. Because they're 3,000. You know, we need charge shot first. We need aerial spec. Probably also range and aerial spec. Let's do this. And can we ever like I don't think this beacon is actually going to do anything. Okay, we're floating 150 here. I'm just hoping to not die this round. If we can avoid not dying this round, then. But this is not good. The sledges. We probably need to level this. This is not good. Oh man, if we just leveled our tower, with the money we had, maybe we could have almost came back here. He's got HE, it looks like. Looks like we at least get one. So that was our fault, but we floated 150. Now we're gonna try to win the game with the tower. Melting point, he should know that we're gonna go for the desperation play. He should go for this. We still have no choice. Give him a lot of credit if he can predict this. I think he should be able to. Armor enhancement's probably enough. Probably just go in from here. Or even here. I think from here. We'll do the oil. I think we go for fire and oil. Let's see. It's got so much stuff here. And maybe we just can oil him from here. I don't think so. I think we need to oil from... I think we need to click the fire spell. Okay. Range. I think we go for something like this. And I think we hope for the best here. That's the most important thing. He actually doesn't go for the melter. Okay. No EMP on the Farseer either. That's amazing. The HE on the Overlord actually is quite amazing. Yeah. And I hope it's GJ because this is not gonna be yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I think we what did we do right there? I mean, we went aerial spec. I think that's what we did right. How much did the Phoenixes do? Um, yeah. I mean, even with EMP, we still had, you know, we still had um almost enough, I think. I think it's the high explosive ammo. Yeah, so could have went range. But I think this for a single tech, this was pretty good. Um, but did it do that much? 3,000? Like what actually did the damage? What actually killed the boats? It must have been the Phoenix, but I think instead of focusing on what's killing the boats, this did a lot. Is it like we should focus on killing everything else on the ground because if we like even if we build more phoenixes, the problem is not the phoenixes, it's the sledges. And if you get the phoenixes locked on to the sledges and also the chaff, so I think we made a really good play there with the fire because we cleared out his chaff. He had so much chaff. The chaff and the sledges were the hard things to kill with our army. The wasps, I think this is, did they do anything? The wasps did very little, 4 kills. So maybe the wasps were completely like a throw or something. I'm not quite sure. The wasps were probably just chaff, but um, I mean, the as long as the fangs were killing the wasp, I mean, the overlords killed the wasp a little bit too easily. I think here. Yeah, I think we do want to just double check. I'm not loving how little the wasps did. Obviously, this typhoon was completely useless. So I think we could have played that a lot better. I mean, gotta admit, we took a lot of huge risks with the all those the mobilized battleship, for example. But by taking that, we were able to get them down to the range where we were able to win on one round. Now this was a really funny round. I don't think this round may mean so much. We did lose so much, but um, I think it's because of the nature of our units. Round six, I think was very bad for us. We didn't need to lose that round, so we need to think about round six. So he goes HE, we go more wasp. So the thought process is wasps with we can use the wasps to kill his boats. Right? That's the thought process. Um Now I think we screwed that up quite a bit. Like I think aerial spec is good, but we also need this as well. And I was a little bit too afraid to commit to that. But I think that was maybe a mistake. Probably need a level here. we can do this, no problem. And I think this can be sold now. Wait, what did we sell out of? So we sold out of that, which okay is fine. Yeah, I mean ideally we also can go for charge shot here, but we need to get rid of the tower. So maybe we don't care about the tower. We go for charge shot. So if I could replay this, this is probably my first option. Now it feels like we have the required text to actually take on the boat. Problem is now if they're clearing chaff and we lose a tower, then it's all of a sudden not looking so good. But we need the charge shot to one-shot the sledges. I mean, you look at that 7,900, you know. So we did worse here. So maybe it's not, okay. So let's try this again. I think also maybe the problem here is he's got more chaff coming in on this side. Right, so maybe we need to fire here. And we can use this here. Definitely need to get a level. Sell out of this. And we could go for another, I mean, probably need another level here in reality. Or just missiles. Could go for another, it's either another level here, maybe. Yeah, why don't we try that? And then we can just try to focus down his two boats on this side. He does have more chaff coming in here. Well, he also has chaff here, but he ends up burning his own chaff. So let's see how this looks. Phoenixes still need to two-shot. The wasps are kind of doing something. Maybe the two levels aren't even needed, it looks like. So it looks like this play was correct. It was just the chaff clear problem. It looks like we didn't even need to have the tower level. So replaying this, knowing where he's gonna put his fire, which is cheating, we can now put his fire here and go for the double tech. And this is even with his HE. Now once he gets range though, that's the thing, you know, maybe this all of a sudden, oops. Maybe all of a sudden this this strategy falls apart. Right? And maybe all of a sudden we just insta lose because these guys are pretty vulnerable long term to a lot of things. I don't even know where to put this, like maybe here. All right, we can go for charge shot now. And still missile this. The armor on the sledges would have been better than the mech rage, I think, at the last second, just for the fire. It's actually the fire is doing so much. He's actually killing all his own chaff with that spell. But Shouldn't be too much left. It looks like we didn't do as well as the previous round for some reason. Could just be like one less missile. So that's one way to do this. We could also experiment with more of the phoenixes. Like we could just kind of consider that we've already, we already have enough phoenix chaff. I mean, wasp chaff. Now we go for double tech phoenixes. That's certainly something that makes a lot of sense. Probably get a level. Maybe we go for the maybe we go for some missiles. Missile here. Don't know about missile here though, but a missile, ideally a missile here too. Like that. The phoenixes though are just absolute monsters at dealing with the boats, so it's actually hard to say what's better here. Phoenixes are worse at clearing chaff, but we already have the wasps. So it looks like in this situation, the phoenixes are just are kind of the better solution. So long term, I think I always want this. I don't necessarily want to have the double tech on the wasp, but I think it also just depends. Like if he's got phoenixes, it's kind of hard to say, right? You'd imagine the wasps here are, I mean, the phoenixes are good because they clear the sledges, I think. The fire on both sides clears all the chaff. So then if it goes to head-to-head fight, then the range really, means the overlords die quicker. The wasps, maybe this is the best way to play it. I don't know. Like I had another game where it seemed like you want to go more into wasp with the two techs, but I think that's when he has wasps along with his overlords or wasp production. So okay, so if he has wasp production or he has wasps already, then we need to go into wasp with the double tech. But if he doesn't, then we go with this. I think that's the definitive answer here. So I wonder the last round if we're able to beat this fair and square without having to go for the using the same logic that we already used. So we know he's not going any we know he's not going for any of those wasps. So we can just go phoenixes. Mass phoenix. And we do go fire, of course. Go for oil. We have our own oil now as well. So I think we probably continue to oil this side because this side is a nice juicy side for oil. I think we continue to missile some of these things. Probably want to level here. And let's see if we can, let's see if this works. Mech Rage, okay. Problem is we have some chaff here, but that doesn't prevent some of our wasps from getting in there. He does have the farce here, though. How's it looking on this side? Looking very good. Alright, so we can actually still win just by going more phoenixes. Now, do we win the game? No. And let's just see, out of curiosity, what happens if we go into the wasps instead. I think we still click this. We just, you know, have some extra wasps in the mix. Do we even click this is the question. Okay, I think the fire here is just too good to pass up. Okay, we need, problem is we need actually fire. Without fire, we'd for sure lose this. There's no point in even testing it. So, do we give up Phoenix? I mean, this has 120 range, this does 135, but without this, it has 95, so I wonder if this is such a good idea, because then this just dies, right? So the question is, do we just go EMP on this, or, I mean, range is good, right? But then we also need range here. So, okay, so I think we have to click fire here. We'll continue to do this. Do this. So we have our fire going on. We'll just build more wasps and just see if the wasps can work. And we won't have enough for the EMP. And maybe we'll continue to missile here. And maybe even missile here. That's a pretty bad missile for us. We were trying to hit this guy. So everything has range now on the air. Does it make a difference? He has HE, so you know it shouldn't be that good for us. He also has the farce here. So we're still able to win, but by how much? Not a lot, a little bit less here. So this tells me, let's look at our damages. So everything has range. And let's look at the damage. So 5,000, 17, that's pretty good. 11,000, that's pretty good. 20,000, that's pretty good. The Phoenix does way more. So the Wasps, they did something. But the Phoenixes did way more. So we need range on the Phoenixes regardless. And I think by the time the Phoenixes hit the Overlord, they don't really need the EMP because it's almost one shot, one kill. 24k, I mean, look at this, 15k, it's 2 shots. There's no point for the EMP. So, is this even necessary? It's not necessary, right? Because what are these guys doing? They're not acting. They're still the front line for the Phoenix. How it works is there's a front line and then there's a back line, right? So the Overlords will shoot. You know, all his units will shoot at the front line first, then they will shoot at the back line. So even if you don't have range, they are still the front line. In fact, you know, maybe the EMP is better because I mean it's just a matter of this, the front line goes more forward versus the front line just stays more back, but they're still the front line. Right? So we need to understand how this actually works. So I'm happy to go for, let's say, a mix, like let's go for 2 Phoenix, 1 Wasp, and we'll go for the extra Wasp here also. Okay. Gotta go fire. All right, so they don't even need. I think the extra attack is useless here. Um, but we do have extra money, so what do we do here? May as well upgrade them, but yeah, maybe may as well upgrade them. Probably the missiles would have been halfway decent here, just to slow down his sledges. They are coming into the tower. And now we'll probably lose the tower here because we didn't go for the missile. Okay, so we lose the tower here for some reason. What happened here? Was the EMP just that bad? I don't quite understand what happened here. Why did we lose that? So the EMP is just that bad, isn't it? Or was our oil a little bit too off? Should our oil have been here instead? Alright, so let's just go more phoenixes only. Let's say we have enough wasps already. Still 300 left over. What did we do that we didn't do correctly here? We still missile this. Try to missile this guy. Feels like we have way too much money left over. Let's just go for attack. Maybe a missile here. But let's not mess with the missiles here. Gonna end up causing some... Actually goes for the fire badger. That's interesting. Didn't notice that. It's alright, we'll probably end up burning ourselves. How did we not burn ourselves here? So the wasps are long gone. So I think looks like the difference is we just need way more Phoenix. So the EMP, how much did the EMP do? I mean, we could see how much damage it did. It did very minimal damage. So I think EMP on itself, probably not great, because how much are we really connecting with? We're just going in and dying a little bit too quick. So still it just comes down to this Phoenix. Now, of course, don't click shield because the Overlord shoots 4 times, so the shield isn't going to do anything. I think we were supposed to click like oil on the Phantom Ray. I think that's something we forgot to do. But yeah, I don't think it matters so much. We're looking more at this, how much to invest into the Wasp. So definitely the aerial spec plus electromag is not going to work. I think you have to do like 1, 2, and 3 for the electromag to make sense. But I just don't think it's too. I think it's not so good here, because now then you don't have money for it because and then the Phoenixes become our front line. I mean, the Phoenixes are the ones that are supposed to be killing the they're the ones supposed to be killing the Overlords. But maybe let's just take a look here. We'll go for the oil. Maybe skip the oil. Just go for more of these guys. All right, let's see if this works. I think we tried this. Did we already try this here? Yeah, I think we already tried this. So this is just repeating. And we've got the fire here because we don't have fire. We could just see how it looks. What happens if we don't set things on fire? He's gonna set us on fire. All right, so. And we're just gonna lose everything here. Looks like we absolutely need fire. So I think we do not have the money for everything that we want to do. So if we try this, we're just going to be committed into this. Try more wasps here. 150. Let's just missile this, and missile this guy. So if he lights us on fire, it's actually good for us because of some of his chaff coming in. But now we will see if the triple. I mean, they are disabling the units, but a disabled boat is still scary, and we just don't have the levels. Like if we had high level, yes, maybe. So that already kind of that interaction, we didn't have a problem with the chaff really there. It was just that we absolutely cannot go for the triple techs. Aerial spec is probably the most we click. Even that, probably you know, I think it's just best to go wasp with no tech maybe, or because what is the wasp really actually doing? It's very hardly doing anything. So yeah, I think we just let's try not to invest too much in the wasp unless he's going for his own wasp, right? That's the big catch. We set his board on fire, and then we just go for the phoenixes with range and charge shot. Hopefully the charge shot nerf isn't going to be too significant because we completely need the charge shot to deal with his overlords. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.